Thank you very much, Chairman. When I was in the new health COVID committee there, I was back at the very beginning of the COVID crisis, the only committee that was working in the Dáil at the time, and I was lucky enough to represent the rural independent group. Minister, I called, and I continuously called from the word go for PCR testing, for antigen testing and everything. Every time I called for it, at the time it was Leo Varadkar was leader, he was against it, and other ministers were against it. Everybody's against something that will eventually prove to be a help. Nothing is ever 100%, but certainly it will be a help to try and get this country back up and running again. And I look at, the hospitality sector and the way they've been so shoddily treated by this government in the past week, but not in the past week, for the past, I suppose, over 400 days, where most of them have had their doors shut. And the announcement during the week, and I think this announcement, you could nearly predict it was going to happen but the announcement could have been made somewhat sooner, because some people had businesses painted and got ready, and staff organised, and even some food products purchased or drink products purchased, had that pulled from under them. It was an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. And to rub insult into injury, then you tell them, sure, when you open now the restaurant or the pub, you stand at the door and you stop people from coming in unless they're vaccinated or not vaccinated. Imagine, to the love of God, where are you coming up with it? Like somebody said, if there was a sketch from Ken and Scully, it would be a great laugh. But it is not a laughing matter, Minister. It's a very, very serious matter. And people, his livelihoods are being absolutely ruined. And you have a situation so that Mary and John want to go for a drink and their 2 children aren't vaccinated and they'll be left outside the door. Is that what you expect? Is that how you think that's going to work? You have a situation where there's this 18-year-old inside working in a bar that, through no fault of her or his own, can't be vaccinated. You're announcing now that they can today, but sure, look, over 60s can't even get a second vaccination in this country. Never mind, the 18-year-olds are going to be seen after. But it's a nice announcement, and it sounds good. But so the worker inside, in that situation, may not be vaccinated and can serve the drink to the vaccinated person, and they're allowed to do that. And at 11 o'clock when the pub is closed, if they sit down for a drink, they could be arrested, or they could be charged with the public in charge for having them inside in their premises. It's insane. It's not workable, and no publican will work it for you, because they totally don't even call it the publicans. My advice to Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael politicians in the future, because they'll run you off outside the door and down the road and chase you for the way you treat them. And the restaurant sector, they're absolutely livid, and they're rightly so, they're livid. And that's an issue I have also. Then I want to move to the second issue here, is the over 60s. Some of them are not vaccinated, haven't got their second vaccination. They're asking me and they're calling me, and I'll always stand up for people that want to get vaccinated. That's their choice, and I'm fully in agreement with that. And why haven't that happened? And another thing is the nursing home supports, and I spoke about that in the Dáil yesterday. It's incredible to have a situation where we have a government saying that we no longer need nursing home supports and grants available for material or equipment to help save people from getting COVID in nursing homes, but because we're moving on. But at the same time, we certainly can't open the hospitality sector because we're not moving on. What's wrong, Minister? It's 2 conflicting messages, and come out clear with one. Leo is saying no confirmation communion. Neffet said we never advised that. What's going on here in this country? Thank you.